After capping Mike London's second year with an 8-5 record and a Chick-fil-A bowl berth, the Virginia Cavaliers and their fans entered the 2012 season full of promise. Following a season-opening win over Richmond, and then after edging Penn State at home, the Cavaliers seemed primed to continue their rise.
And that's the game, folks. 12 men on the field.
But then Virginia dropped 6 straight games. Inconsistency, penalties, turnovers, and special teams mistakes haunted the Cavaliers through October. After regaining momentum with a dominating win at NC State and a last-second win at home over Miami, Virginia lost its final 2 games to finish 4-8 and entered the offseason needing to take a hard look at the program.
There's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. It is good.
You look at last season, you looked at opportunities where games were decided on the last few minutes or last plays, and they didn't come out in our favor. You look at the season before, you know, literally there were 4 games that on the very last play of the game that had an opportunity to win the game. And so there's such a fine line between winning and losing. I think that one of the things that our young team had to understand and realize is that the game does come down to those final moments of being prepared for those situations that occur in a game. You know, we have to be on top of our game.
After the season ended, Mike London and Virginia's administration met to discuss what was necessary to put the program back on course.
The best thing about Mike is Mike had been evaluating his own program throughout the season. When he came in the day after the season to sit down with the administration, he already had a series of notes that he wanted to talk about in terms of what he felt he needed to do to get better. You're always having conversations with the coach. That's not something that happens before the season and after the season. You should be in communication with your coach at all times, and we do that as an administration. But as we continually evaluated it, it just seemed like if we weren't careful, we were going to become a 500 program. So at that point, you have to step back and say, what are the things we need to do to make sure we're better? After the 2012 season, it became obvious to us that there were some things we needed to get better at. So we sat down with Mike and started to talk about, you tell us what you see, this is what we see, now let's figure out how we want to try and address that.
The review of the 2012 season brought changes to the coaching staff. In addition to the promotion of Marcus Hagans to wide receivers coach, every phase of the game has a new coordinator, charged with developing players in each scheme.
The guys that left were quality football coaches. So if you're going to make changes, you have to make sure you're positioning yourself to get better. We weren't looking for the status quo. We want a team that's going to compete for championships and do it with a particular identity that makes us smart, tough, and aggressive.
Boom, I want you to shrink this arm and punch him up to his face. Everybody got that? That's how you spill the ball. Let's see a football.
Come on, Huff. Hit it. Hit it.
If you've been out to practice, if you see how these guys are working, they're working together, how they're challenging each other in practice, those are the type of things you want to see every day as you watch a football practice. So I think we have an opportunity to be successful over the long term.
The added amount of coaching experience, men that have been there, done that. I have 3 former head coaches on the staff that have sat in that chair that I occupy and have made those type of decisions on the field. That there's a collective amount of experience in teaching that I think will benefit us this year. We're excited about getting started and getting into the season.
It's sort of like the Marines do as a military. He's the commanding officer, I'm the executive officer, I'm the XO, so I do everything he doesn't want to do. There's certain things that I have expertise in that I could help in this situation, having been a head coach for 16 years and a coordinator for 6 years before that. You spend all those years, you kind of get away from coaching kids, getting in the meeting room and doing that. And you know, going back to coach the tight ends, I've come full circle in 38 years, going back to where I started. So it kind of seemed to be a fitting way to end my career. Get out to the hash and run your stick from there. That's it. There you go. There you go. All right, let's go 11. Here is where the natural grab and lift is, right? You can get them right there. That's where you want them. My favorite play. There you go, baby. My favorite play. Inside, outside, just ISO lead and knock them back. It's easy.
Tom O'Brien is not the only former Cavalier that returned to the fold. Searching for a new identity on defense, UVA hired alumnus John Tenuta to install his aggressive brand of attacking football.
Your head in the far arrow and don't stop your feet. Hit!
I think John brings a style to the table that you're going to have to focus on. What is he going to do and how are we going to have to counter that so you almost get them off their game? We wanted that type of style of football.
We're all going to do this together. Okay? Hit! Run through here. There you go, you win.
My defensive philosophy is attack. I don't want the offense to dictate to me. I want to try and dictate to the offense. I want to try and make the offense figure out what I'm going to do.
Now they got to make a decision on where the one-on-one's coming. He slides this way, one-on-one. See my point?
Yes, sir.
Slides this way, one-on-one.
This dude crazy, man. Was he in the military?
Across the line of scrimmage, Steve Fairchild replaced Bill Lazor, who left UVA for the Philadelphia Eagles. Fairchild must mold his offense around a collection of talented yet unproven signal callers, backs, and receivers.
As we started to visit, I think Coach London, as I got to know him and visit with him, it was very clear he'd be a guy I'd want to be a part of his staff and have a chance to work with. We'd like to run the football. We'd like to be a physical group on offense and be able to establish a running game, and then at the same time be able to spread you out and take advantage of the whole field in the passing game. As much explosive capability as you can generate makes you that much better on offense.
Virginia ranked between 69th and 119th among Division I teams in special teams play a year ago. To improve the play in this area, the Cavaliers hired longtime special teams coach Larry Lewis. Lewis, a former head coach at Idaho State, will also oversee UVA's running backs.
Us special teams guys have all worked together over the years, and there's certain guys that do certain things, and I think that's what Coach London was looking for when he was looking for a special teams coach. A guy to take over and take it where it was last year and move it ahead to where we need to be next year. It's the process of prioritizing it and making it special. So when you say special teams, there's something behind that, and I think that's where we're headed is so that kids believe in the ability of the special teams to make something happen.
Good, that's it, coach. Here we go. Hey, oh! Next man up. Got to square it up. Got to be able to catch it. No, we're not dropping the ball. 10 up now, everybody. Whole group. Let's go. Go, go, go! Get out, get out, get out!
I'm not just looking at defense or offensive players, I'm looking at everybody. So as I'm watching drills, I'm kind of evaluating the talent on both sides of the field, because it's the one opportunity that we have to have the offense and the defense on the field together. Any of you guys short snap? Full alignment? Ooh, set.
Get in there.
Fourth. Hey, it's a work in progress, all right? You need to keep working it.
One more.
Coming to Scott Stadium this fall. The best home schedule in Virginia football history.
The most visible external change around the football program has been the opening of the new George Welsh indoor practice facility. 19 months passed from the time the project was announced to its completion before the start of spring practice.
That project was somewhat of a fast-track project, but it was something we had talked about since I've been here in 2001. So we finally got it off the ground. The university administration, the Board of Visitors allowed us to move forward with that project. And I think the importance of that is when Mike London came in as the head football coach, we asked him, what are the things you're going to need to be successful? He looked at everything we had here, and one of the things he asked for was an indoor practice facility. First of all, for the opportunity to practice during inclement weather, but also as a recruiting tool to help him get better student athletes to come to the University of Virginia. We saw that as a priority, and we found a way to move forward with that project.
A number of former players contributed to the fundraising effort for the facility, including Chris Long.
When we were here, we would go into the cage to practice, and to practice football in cleats, it's not real good. So it was the first thing when you think about things that
This program needs to compete with other programs. The indoor is something that all football players kind of universally said, so I knew I wanted to help out at some point and do my part to give back to the program that's done so much for me. And I thought, well, that's a real functional way to do it.
With snow on the ground, the indoor facility was put to good use on the opening day of spring practice.
Well, it's been huge already because of the snow. We've been able to go inside where we couldn't have practiced. I reminded Mike, you know, our first spring at Boston College, it snowed 26 inches in the 24 hours before our first practice in Boston College. In those days, we didn't have an indoor facility. We eventually got one 3 years later, but you know, we had to cancel 3 days of practice. So I mean, with an indoor facility, all those weather things don't come into play. And I remember here, especially, you know, come August, September, you know, those thunderstorms come over the mountain. You got to get off the field quick, and you know, you'd have to sit down and not be able to practice. Now you just run into the indoor facility, you know, put the bay's doors down and keep going. So, I mean, that's a huge, huge plus for a program to have an indoor facility like that.
The morning of March 18th brought a late season snow to Charlottesville, and the indoor practice facility provided shelter from the storm.
Guys, expect to win. Got to think about winning, expect to win. No matter who comes, no matter who we play, expect to win. Practice like it, play like it, act like it. Just stretch up, let's go. Go, go.
Here we go, go.
This is a movement deal for you. Anytime it moves, it should be play right up your alley, okay?
Fast, faster, don't drop the elbow. Shoot your hands out. Out, there we go, like that did. Shoot them out. That's it. Catch everything. Make it spectacular routine, right? Beautiful.
We want to be a smart football team, and that requires making good decisions outside the classroom, but particularly on the field. We want to be tough, and that's a physical style of play that offensively that Coach Fairchild brings to us. It's a physical style of play that John Tenuta brings in terms of the type of defense, and as well as Larry Lewis and the style of the special teams.
This defense is a defense for you guys. Get on the track and say, you know what, I'm going to get 2 to 3 yards in the backfield. And then whatever, your get off might just blow the reach block up. You're waiting to see which way the guy's going. Get off on the ball, get up the field, and then lead with your hands, and I guarantee you won't get reached.
We want to be aggressive. We want to play with an aggressiveness on all three facets of our offense, defense, and special teams. And we want the players to understand that you can be physically tough, physically aggressive, and you can dictate what happens to other teams rather than being dictated to.
We got a long way to go here, all right? Got to get lined up. We got to make all the calls. We got to know what's going on here offensively, defensively, and special teams. Okay, new systems, but it's over with now. Everybody's got to learn the system, okay? Everybody's got to learn. Take care of your bodies, all right? Take care of yourself. Think about your teammates. Be a great teammate, all right? Be a great leader. We need everybody to lead, all right? Good work day, first day, all right? All the kinks are out. We go back Wednesday, get ready to roll. All right, here we go. Break it down. All right, folks. Nice job.
We want great teams to show up every day, right? And that's what great teams do.
Let's go. Pick up the intensity.
In here, let's go. On out.
Good. Again.
Little things, ladies. Little things.
We're competing like crazy. We're hard as nails, but we're very smart and we're really disciplined.
Remember who you are and remember what you want, right? Be you. That's what's key here.
You want to be leaders in life? Start now. The team needs you.
A new season is a new dawn, an empty slate to record a legacy. As the Cavaliers began their preparation for the 2013 campaign, the Virginia coaches and administration have made one thing clear: they won't shy away from playing the best competition in college football. Virginia added BYU and Oregon to its fall schedule, creating the first ever 8-game home slate at Scott Stadium. The eye-catching lineup has everyone, both inside and outside the program, buzzing.
We want to attempt to schedule people that are the best in college football. It will give us more exposure to try and attract better student athletes. We're also trying to fill our stadium. We're also trying to be entertaining for our football fans. Is there a risk? There's no question. But just like when we schedule USC, tough game when they played in Charlottesville. We go out to LA, we almost win the game. We were in a position to win the game. You can't have dream seasons if you don't create dream schedules to make that happen. Is it aggressive? There's no question. Mike London has talked about wanting to play the best in college football. And when you do that and you have that mentality, you'll find a way to be competitive. You'll get student athletes to join you in that effort, and I think that's what he's trying to do.
It has a tremendous impact on recruiting. You know, if you're going to recruit some of the best players that are in your own state and outside, then they want to know who you're going to play.
Mike London made his mindset clear in a preseason meeting with the team.
We'll move on here a little bit. Last little thing, put the schedule up, Luke. Don't get it twisted here, fellas. We got 8 home games. There is no room for sticking your toe in and how we're going to approach this thing. Be ready to roll, coming out the gate. Highly focused, highly disciplined, smart, tough, and aggressive.
From the players' point of view, it's met with great optimism and excitement and energy. Our guys have grown up or have seen, you know, some of these teams that are coming in to Scott Stadium and some that will be playing, and they're very excited about it.
Just seeing those guys, you know, the 8 home game schedule, for me it was exciting. Talking to Coach London, you know, if you want to be the best, you got to play the best, and I'm definitely down for that.
While the schedule could help with off-season motivation, Jake Snyder stays focused on what his team needs to do.
Who you play doesn't really matter. For us, it's all about our team right now and getting ready for the first game.
Coming to Scott Stadium this fall. The best home schedule in Virginia football history.
This spring brings a renewed energy to the field. The intensity grows with each practice as players and coaches make the most of every minute.
More tempo, more tempo, more tempo.
You stay with your feet, that's great! It's been a week. I feel like I'm in my 3rd week of camp.
That's the way to come off the ball, man! Get there! There you go! There you go! We will become what we think we can become if we will work hard enough at it. Understand? Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Break us down. Brent. D-Buck on 3. 1, 2, 3. D-Buck.
The spring schedule places extra emphasis on the team's Saturday scrimmages at Scott Stadium. These midterm evaluations hint toward the final exercises that are the spring game, and the intensity is raised another notch.
This is college football, right? Oh, snap penalty! Just jump.
Got him. He launched it.
Throughout the scrimmage, the quarterbacks showcase their arm strength, accuracy, and it's clear they're beginning to develop a grasp of the new offense.
Oh, why you stop? Hey, don't stop. Come on.
Here we go.
Every miscue is a learning opportunity.
I want us to be on the same page. Yeah. So if you find a hole, sit in the hole. I don't want to throw you in the net. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Find a hole, sit in the hole. Oh! Zach. That was me.
Yeah, well, you want to sit first and then go.
Because he's driving to that spot where he sees you going. So, he just drove and just got it right in his chest.
Spring ball is a chance for players to build rapport and become one on the field. Today, the defense has the upper hand in the 11-on-11s.
Offense need to score. Okay, defense need to keep out of the end zone.
The offense has a chance to redeem itself on the shadows of the goal line.
Get up the field, up the field. Go.
There you go.
Come on, get in. That's six, let's go. That's six, come on, dog.
Next time on Virginia Football, the building of a program.
You had a chance to really make a big play, to spring somebody. You could end up on TV, and you didn't do it.
That's money.
Hey!
Go. Run to the numbers as fast as you can run. That ball was outside there.
Come on here.